Welcome. In this video, we'll begin by looking at some more examples of programs involving files. Let me begin by pointing out a tiny detail from my last video, which I missed pointing out. Here is the program test2.c that we looked at last time. Yeah. This is the content of the file new file.txt. After this program ran, after we first ran test1.c, and after running test1.c, the file contained hello world 10 welcome. Then we ran test2.c and it added these two lines to the program. Then we are reading characters and lines from test2.c and printing it onto the display. Yeah, we went through it last time, but there is a small detail which I'm going to point out here. See that these printf statements do not put in any explicit new line. Yeah, however, these lines are being printed in different lines. So why is it happening? Okay, there is one new line here. Okay, but let me go over it. So this is because this fgetS function, when it fetches a line from a file, it also fetches the new line that is at the end and stores it in the array that is passed to it as its first argument, t in this case. So this first call to new line fetches the first two characters, but there is no new line. The first call to fgetS fetches the first two characters, 2 because 3 minus 1, and then there is no new line. So it just stores he in t, which is what is printed here, and no new line is printed. But then the next call to fgetS fetches the rest of this line, yeah, that is LLO space world and so on, and this gets printed here along with the terminating new line. I'm sorry. This is why the next printf prints the line in a fresh line here. Another line. This another line also has a terminating new line which gets printed, and then this new line. This prints he. This prints LLO / world 10 welcome. This prints another line in a new line, and also it prints an additional new line here. So another line already has a new line. After that, a new separate new line is printed, which is why you see a big vertical gap here. And then this printf prints yet another line followed by a new line, and after that new line these 3 stars get printed. Yeah. So fgetS fetches the line along with the terminating new line. This is what I wanted to point out from last time's video. Okay, so in this video we look at a few useful programs involving files. So here is a program that counts the number of characters, number of spaces, number of tabs, and number of new lines in a file. Let's go over it. So the first step after the declarations. So what are the declarations? You declare a file pointer, a character variable, and then some counters where you will store number of lines, number of tabs, number of blanks, and number of characters. They are all initialized to 0. Then you open a file in read mode and assign the file pointer to fp. Then there is a while loop, a sentinel terminated while loop, sentinel controlled loop. So this condition is always 1. So you get a character from the file, and if this is EOF, then you break out of the while loop. This is the only way in which you will ever exit the loop. Yeah? and you increment NOC++ because CH is a character. So you have seen a new character, so the number of characters is incremented. If CH is a blank, you increment NOB++, you have seen a new blank. If CH is a new line character, you increment NOL++. And if CH is a tab, you increment NOT++. When you break out of the loop, these variables contain the number of lines, number of tabs, number of blanks, and number of characters respectively. You print them all. This is what a sample output looks like. But of course, these numbers will depend on the file that you are running it on. The contents of this file, myfile.txt. Yeah. So here is a file copy program that copies the content of one file to another. So you declare two file pointers, fs and ft, and a character ch. You open the source file, pr1.txt, in read mode. You are going to read from this file. If there is no file of this name, or if the file open operation fails for some reason, fopen will return a null, and so you will put out an appropriate error message and exit the program. Then you open the destination file in write mode. I want to write to it, and again, if the output of fopen is null, that indicates that the file open operation failed. Then you print an appropriate error message. Close this open pointer, and then you exit. Now again, you have a Sentinel terminated while loop, where you will fetch a character from the first file, the source file, pr1.txt. fs is the pointer that points to it. If the character is the end of file, that means that we have finished copying one file, pr1.txt to pr2.txt, and you break out of the loop. Otherwise, you write the character that you just read to pr2.txt through the pointer ft that points to it. Once you're out of the loop, you have completely copied pr1.txt, everything there, to pr2.txt. You close both file pointers and return. Here is a program that receives strings from the keyboard and writes them to a file. Yeah. So you declare a file pointer fp and an integer l and a character array of length 80. Then you open a file for writing in write mode and assign the pointer to it to fp. Yeah. And if this file open operation fails, then you print out an error message and exit. Otherwise, you then ask the user for some lines that are to be written to this file, poem.txt. Now, we will be using the fgets function to accept from the user the lines that he or she will enter through the keyboard. So here, S denotes the array, character array, where we are going to store the line. 100 is an upper bound on the length or the size of the line. 100 is anyway more than 80. We are going to assume that the user will enter a string that has at most 79 characters. We'll have to reserve one position for the null. And stdin stands for the standard input. So we are connecting fgetS to the standard input stream. So fgetS will fetch lines that are entered through the keyboard. Yeah. Now recall from our discussion a while back that fgetS reads a string, a sequence of characters along with the terminating new line. So the user will enter a line and then press the enter key on the keyboard, which will serve to introduce a new line character that will be picked up by fgetS function. Yeah. Now, if the user does not enter anything, any meaningful character, and just presses enter, then the resultant string will have a single character, which is a new line character. Okay. And whenever so in this program, whenever a user does not type in any meaningful character and just presses enter, we will stop asking the user for more inputs and exit the program. So the program, this printf statement asks the user to enter a few lines of text. And then the user enters something. And L is the length of the string that the user enters. Now, while L greater than 1. So when is L equal to 1? L is equal to 1 when the user just presses the enter key. That is, the user indicates that he or she does not have any more string to enter. If the user does not have any string to enter, then the user just presses the enter key, in which case L is equal to 1 and we will not enter the while loop. We will close FP and exit the program. If the user types in a longer string, then L will be strictly greater than 1, in which case we will enter the loop. And we will remain inside the loop as long as L is greater than 1. So inside the loop, the first step is writing the string to the file. S already contains a new line. So the file now contains a line followed by an explicit new line character. Then this fgetS again asks the user for another line, and L contains the length of the line. You will write that line if L is at least 1. If the user does not want to enter any more line, the user just presses the enter key. Then the length strlen will be equal to 1 and you will exit the loop. So in each iteration, so the user enters a line, and in each iteration you write a line and then scan a line from the keyboard. It goes on as long as user enters non-empty lines. And once the user enters an empty line, you exit the while loop, close FP and exit. This is a sample run, doesn't say much. So after you run this, your directory should have a file of this name, poem.txt, and it should have exactly this written in it. There will be a new line after especially yours. If the directory did not have a file of this name, fopen will create one, and if it had a file, then fopen, since it's being opened in write mode, all the previous contents will be written over, and this is what the file will contain after this program terminates. Here is a program that write records to a file using structure. Let's go through it. Okay. FP is a file pointer and another is a character. We'll see its use later. Here is a structure defined here, which contains a string name, integer age, and a floating point variable BS, which stands for basic salary. Yeah? And we then define a variable E of the which is a structure of this type. Now we open a file named employee.dat in write mode. Yeah. If no file of this name exists, then a file will be created and opened in write mode, empty file. Otherwise, if there exists a file, it will be opened in write mode and everything that exists in it will be overwritten. If the file open operation fails, then you exit the program. Otherwise, while another is equal to the constant character capital Y, this character variable indicates whether user has another record to enter. So we are assuming that the user has at least one record to enter. Another is assigned to y. Initialized to constant y character. So inside the while loop, you ask the user to enter name, age, and basic salary, and you store them in the appropriate fields of the structure variable e. In this scanf, here we are assuming that name does not have any space. Okay. And then we use fprintf to write them all. Yeah. In the file. Yeah. And also I write an explicit new line in the end, so that the new record, the record that I'm going to enter next, is actually written in a new line in the file. So it's a formatted output function. Then I ask the user whether he or she has another record to enter, and the user responds hopefully by printing yes or no, y or hopefully by typing y or n. And if the user types y, that indicates that there are more records. Then we go to the next iteration of this while loop and ask the user for the next name, age, and basic salary, and so on. We stop when the user enters something other than the constant capital Y character, in which case we exit the loop, close the file pointer fp, and return. So this is how a sample run looks like. And after you run this, there should be a file whose name is employee.dat in your directory, current directory, and its content should exactly be these: Sunil341250.50 and so on. This is exactly what you print: name space age space basic salary. Then in the next line, name space age space basic salary, and so on. This should be the content of your file after this program terminates. Okay. Now let's read the employee records that the previous program created. Yeah. So this is our target output. If you remember, this is exactly what the previous program wrote in the file employee.dat. We want to write a program that reads these and prints this on the display. Yeah. Okay. So let's define this is the same structure type. We know here, we assume that the file looks like this. In each line there is a string, then space, an integer, space, a floating point variable. So we are going to assume that the file looks like this. Okay, so this is exactly the structure that we defined in the last program, and E is a variable of the type struct emp, and we open the file now in read mode because we want to read from it and print. If the if the file open fails, then we print an error message and exit. Then we read the file and print the content line by line. So each time we use fscanf to read a string, then a space, a string, an integer, and a floating point variable. Yeah, and then I print it in this way. Like in a new line, I print the name, then a space, then the age, then a space, then the basic salary. Yeah, and how long do I do it? Well, as long as there are records in the file. If we have reached the end of the file, fscanf will return EOF. So if I compare the return value of fscanf with EOF, I will know whether or not we have reached the end of the file. And this is the terminating criterion for this while loop. When fscanf returns EOF, we break out of the loop, close fp, and return 0. And this is the output that you will see being printed on the screen if you run this program. When employee.dat is was created by the previous program, and you typed in exactly these records last time when you ran the previous program. Okay. So far we have only accessed file in a sequential manner. So we have opened the file and then we have read it from the beginning, character by character, line by line. And also we have written the file from the start, character by character, line by line, or in a formatted manner, so on. Now there are some functions available where you can access various locations inside the file. So there is this current position that is maintained. So when you open the file, the current position is 0. When you perform read, so if you when you perform write, let's say in an empty file, after you write 5 characters, the current position becomes 5. Then when you write the 6th character, the position in which the 6th character is written is the 6th position, and so on. So this position is maintained. Now if I want to access some position that is not my current position, how do I do that? Here is a function fseek that updates the current position. So it takes in 3 arguments. The first one is the file pointer. Now the second one is an offset. It's a long int. And the third one is a position. So position has 3 possible values. So these are the 3 values, the macros. So the underlying values the actual values are not important. Seek _ end, it denotes the end of the file. Seek _ set denotes the starting of the file. And seek _ cur, it denotes the current position. And offset is specified in bytes. So for instance, you can say some file pointer fp, then in the position you can write seek _ set, and in the offset you can write 2. That means that the current position will be updated to the second position of the file, and so on. And long ftell, so ftell is a function that returns the current position. So if you have opened a new file and read 2 characters, then if you invoke ftell on a pointer that's pointing to the file that you are working on, then it's supposed to return 2. So let's see an example. So here I am opening a file in mode R+. So what is R+? So if there is no file of this name, newfile.txt, it will return null, and here. So it won't create any new file. If there is a file of this name, newfile.txt, it will open it. And it will allow both reading into it, reading from it, and writing to it. So let's first print ftell fp. You will see 0 printed because when you open a file, the current position is 0. Now let's say we read 2 characters from the file. After you read 2 characters, the current position is 2. Then we call fseek on these parameters, fp, seek _ cur, and 6. Seek _ cur, remember, corresponds to the starting location. Seek _ cur, the current position. I'm sorry, it's not starting location. Seek _ cur. So cur stands for current position, which is 2 now. And then this offset is 6. So it means that the current position should skip over 6 characters ahead. So now the current position is 6 plus 2, 8. So if you now print ftell of fp in a new line, you will see 8 being printed. Now you can now write something to your file using fputs. Let's say you write this character, string new space stuff here. So it should begin in the current position and then write over everything that exists. So and after that you close fp and return. The program ends there. So let's say new file.txt before running this program contains this single line, hello world, ! After that, before you call fputs, after this fseek, we saw that the current position is 8. Yeah. So then I write, then fputs now writes new stuff. So what happens is you first go to the 8th position. So you skip over 8 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the space 6. Then 7 W. And O is 8th. And after that you can see new stuff has got written here. And that overwrites whatever was before. And this is what the final content of the file is going to be. Okay. Thank you.